Don't ever go with the flow. Be the flow.
Yeah. Episode what?
I don't need no middleman to talk to my nigga.
Yeah.
You don't understand. That's where we differ.
Yeah. Welcome to the We Differ Podcast, episode number 26 of the We Differ Podcast. I am your host, Shell 456, alongside my beautiful, lovely, and amazing co-host E. We are in the building today. Welcome all. How are you feeling today?
Great. How are you?
I am good. A lot has happened in the past week. One thing that kind of spilled over from last podcast to this podcast is the Derek Chauvin.
Mm-hmm.
He was found guilty, so let's applaud for that. Get him out of there. Let's get him out of there. Now we just gotta wait on sentencing, and we hope for a pretty stern, hefty. As long as possible. I'll see it's looking like a 12-year sentence is the minimum.
Oh, that's the minimum.
12-year sentence is the minimum, so he'll probably end up doing 8 of that.
So would you?
But this state got there's some other shit that they can throw in, and they'll slap another 10 on it, or 10 in some odd years, so maybe 25 years, which would be that would make me feel a lot better. But even if he do 12, he's going to get hell. But
I heard they're not they're isolated.
Who? Why? You think so?
Yeah.
Even if he's isolated how? All that time? He ain't no fucking celebrity. I don't think they can. No,
but this is a high.
I don't know. I'll have to look more into that. But before we even get started, this podcast is sponsored by the We Differ Shop. We have hoodies, t-shirts, different colors, different designs, and all that good stuff. You can tap in and purchase and support the podcast. I need to do a automatic pre-roll, so I can just push a button and just say that shit every time. That shit get annoying saying that shit every single time.
Yeah.
But okay, what were you saying that he might be in protective custody or some shit?
No, I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know, but that's one thing that they're here. Everything is speculation at this point. Nobody really knows what the hell they're talking about. And excuse my voice. I lost my voice.
What happened?
Don't do that.
All right, I want to be completely transparent with our audience. We was prepared. We had our bags packed and everything to loot if it was a non-guilty verdict, right? Mm-hmm. He said, like you was going to loot. Yeah.
I'm like where he going with it? You see my face?
No, but this in the air. I was in my neighborhood when this shit happened, and just what was in the air, man. I'm in a neighborhood store and old ladies coming in saying, "Oh man, just the energy of it all, man. It felt good for that brief moment, and watching that shit come down and watching him just look confused, and then watching him go through the doors with the fucking handcuffs, and then all the memes that came after that. I know you ain't on social media, but it was a shitload of memes Who's Next song? Who's Next? Mm-mm. They did the white lady that shot the other person. So yeah, so thank God for that, man. We finally got some type of justice, and hopefully this could serve as a blueprint to what should be happening in all these cases, pretty much. Right?
Sure.
All right, so moving on. Do we need to speak on anything else involving that? We'll swing back around when
they had a memorial for DMX yesterday.
Darkman X,
yes.
Yeah, and he was on back of a fucking monster truck. That shit was crazy.
Mad big.
Yeah.
And Ye did his service, Sunday service.
Oh, here you go with the hype, Ye. Shouts out to Ye.
Look, my Siri about to play. All right.
That was Sunday service?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shouts out to Ye for doing that, for pulling up and
yes,
tapping in with the
his service is today.
Oh, X service is today. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace to the legend, man. Touched so many. I can't even really feel bad about it at this point, because it's he did so much. You know what I'm saying? He needed a rest, and
life is hell.
Life can be hard, especially when you don't know how to maneuver your way through it. Especially when you're dealing with addiction. Like anybody dealing with anything, it's just tough. Life is a tough period, but when you throw them things, two more fucking. We lost two more legends. Just want to speak on them real quick. Black Rob passed away. I guess about 5 days ago. Rest in peace to Black Rob. And 2 days ago we lost Shock G, which is like a legend. I know that's a little before your time, but like that was like 89. I was getting busy to that shit, bro. Like the Humpty Dance and all that shit. Yeah, I was a kid myself, but I had a big brother, so shout out to Shock G. And another fun fact, I didn't know that Shock G, he played two people. So he was Shock G on records and he was Humpty on records with the nose. I didn't know that Shock G was Humpty until like, I would say, I was 30 years old.
Really?
Yeah, really. I had no fucking idea. And somebody's like, yeah, Shock G's Humpty. And I'm just like, I'm quiet in the room. You know, I didn't want to look like an asshole, but like, fuck, I didn't know that. Like, I really didn't know that till I was about 30 years old. So shout out to him.
Yes. All
right. We got a topic that's a little difficult to talk about.
Ma'Khia Bryant.
Ma'Khia Bryant. You wanna open it up or?
Yeah. So how old was she? Was she 15 or 16?
I'm seeing
conflicting information.
Yeah.
So Ma'Khia Bryant, she, out of Columbus, Ohio, actually, she was killed by another officer, black girl.
White officer, his first year in the force.
Yeah, he only got a year and a half experience. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's something I did want to bring up. He's 23 years old too.
Oh, the cop?
He's 23. So like, it's so many facets to this. You know, let's talk about it. So, all right. So, of course, we're going to have conflict in information. The internet is so messy. Of course, you can go to the internet for valuable information, but a lot of times, I was watching this one interview, not to jump real quick, but I was watching this Moneybag interview, and he was like, yo, 90%, 95% of the shit that I see on the internet is fake. Like I literally be with my girl, and it'd be like, oh, we beefing, and be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I say that to say, a lot of the shit is probably fake. Yeah. What we will know, I mean, it'll come out in due time, but like, this is still fresh, and like, I mean, I guess we just got to go off what.
All right. With that being said, do you think any of the small things that we getting confused, or like the confusion on the internet, do you think any of it matter after watching the video?
It's sure. All right. So, what's your stance on it? Like, you wanted me to tell my stance first?
Yeah, you can tell your stance.
Okay. Of course, I don't believe a 15, 16-year-old girl should have ever lost her life, especially when if she felt like she had to defend herself. So the story is, she was in foster care. Her younger sister called the cops because her foster mother was calling like other people to come and fight her. So all right.
So the story is that her
foster mother, she was in foster care. Her foster mom had people coming to the house trying to fight her or do whatever, and whether they verbally abusing her, whatever. And she did call her other sisters. They didn't show up for her. And then she called her dad. He did come. You could see him in the video. Yeah. And they ended up calling, the younger sister ended up calling the cops. And from the video, you can see the cop arriving. And you know, she's attacking somebody with a knife. As she attacks one girl falls to the floor. You see her father go to try to stomp the young girl out.
And that's the part that I missed. I heard people talking about that. I did miss that in the video.
However old the girl was who was on the ground, but you got the father stomping, you know, the other girl out, and then Ma'Khia trying to stab the girl in the pink on the car.
It looked like the girl in the pink tried to get her off the other girl. Okay. And then when she tried to get her off, Ma'Khia turned around towards her.
Yeah, so honestly, it's so many people responsible for this. You got a father trying to fight with his kid.
Yeah.
And if the foster mother did that, like, all right, I'll hold that. Go ahead. What I was gonna say, like, I want to hold that.
All right. So, I mean, what's your stance? Do you think the shooting was justified, or you think it was?
I don't believe that the shooting is justified, but what do y'all expect from a white cop? Like, how many times y'all gonna keep like expecting anything other than the outcome that has occurred? Like, at this point, like, our people, it's kind of like, I feel like people retarded, kind of. It's like, what do y'all expect?
Do you think people minds would change? Because the consensus on the internet is pretty much like she didn't deserve to get shot. And do you think people minds would have changed if it was a black cop that shot her?
No, because at this point it's black versus blue. It's always been that.
Still
so
cop.
Yeah, so cops are like, so white people and cops are all in the same to us. And at the end of the day, I believe that girl would have injured that girl in the pink at the end of the day. So if he doesn't kill her, you got another woman injured and possibly killed. So somebody was something bad was gonna happen to somebody.
Yeah. What about? Because I'm seeing an argument of like a taser. If he could have used a taser instead of shooting her. I think my take on a taser is like, I don't think a taser would stop somebody from stabbing somebody.
All right,
might even make it worse.
My take on that is a knife is a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
A taser, like.
Yeah.
Like, what you gonna do?
Well,
if I have a taser and a knife versus a gun and a knife, what am I gonna use?
Yeah. And in no way that I've been you done with your take, like, yeah, in no way that that we say that the little girl deserves this at all. She's 16 years old, 15 years old. She didn't deserve to die. I just want to make that clear. My take on it, and it's just the way my brain worked, and from what I seen in the video, it looked like the cop rolled up, right? Opened the door. From my eyes, from what I see, it looked like the situation was like damn near over. Everybody standing around. And when the cop got out, it looked like Michaela, the girl with the knife. Micaiah. You know how like you might got rolled on and it's just you and you're back.
And now your cousins is there.
And now your homies pull up and you like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my shit off now. It looked like that. It was that type of situation. She saw the cops and like, okay, I'm protected. My dad here, the cops here. Let me get my shit off real quick. In my heart, I don't believe that she was trying to stab anybody. I think that she was really just trying to like shake the girls up, like. And I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? I think she was trying to shake the girls up. Once she got the one girl on the ground, she could have stabbed her if she wanted to. You know what I'm saying? The girl got her off her, and she turned around, and I just don't know. If she was really attempting to stab the girl, then something was wrong with her mentally to do that in front of the cops. I think she probably was going to be like, look, I got you now, boom, 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 and maybe let her go or wait till the cops come get her. I don't think she had the intent to stab. And that's just how my brain worked.
Yeah.
As far as the officer said multiple times, put it down, put it down, put it down, put it down. The officer might have panicked and didn't say put the weapon down, stop. You know, he might have not called out the right demands, but he did say put it down, put it down, put it down, put it down. Now, when it comes to the final situation, her having the girl pink against the car, I automatically go into dad mode, and it's like from both sides I go into dad mode. So it's like if my daughter is the girl on the car that's about to get stabbed, shoot her. You know what I mean? She's about to stab my daughter, so something needs to happen right now. Shoot her. And on the flip side, if I'm Micaiah dad, I just feel like my daughter will be equipped enough to know not to stab nobody while the cops there.
Yes.
I felt like the biggest blame in this situation is like
the parents. And I would say Micaiah mom, because it's like the foster mom.
The foster mom is when I first saw the case, I thought it was a joke because it happened directly after like Derek Chauvin got found guilty. So maybe an hour or so. I'm not sure of the time frame, but it was pretty much directly after. And like it was like this happened. Then you see like a picture with a mom holding the little girl photo up, and now automatically in my head that's too soon. You know what I'm saying? Like if my daughter just got killed, I'm not doing a press op with her picture up. Like don't even look like bag under my eyes. Don't look like I've been crying. Don't look like nothing like that. And I'm not saying anything bad about the mother, but I seen that there was a disconnect. And you gave me information that she's a foster mom. So maybe she's not connected as much as a real mom would be in this certain situation. Not saying foster mom's not connected, but it don't seem like she was. The second thing was her father. I don't know, I'm getting long-winded. I'm about to stop now. The father, actually, once she got the girl down on the ground, the father kicking the girl in front of the cops. Like, nigga, like, grab your daughter. Cops should have never been called. If that was me in that situation, I'm taking my daughter and I'm removing her from that situation. It's no, oh, we gonna fight him. It's gonna shoot a one-on-one. No, my daughter not gonna be out here fighting. If anything, y'all go get your dad, y'all go get your big brother, and we can fight. You know what I'm saying? My daughter is not fighting nobody for nothing ever. So, yeah, I think that the situation was just mismanaged, and I think the cop was trained to do what cops are trained to do. Point blank, period. I don't think it's right. I do think the cops need to learn to leg shots, stuff like that, because cops don't miss. So
yeah. So,
somebody else's argument, or I'm almost done. All right. Somebody else's argument was that he could have hit the other girl. No, he couldn't have. Cops are accurate. Like, cops don't miss. When have you ever seen a cop miss and hit somebody else? Or like, that shit don't happen. Like, they're like 95%. This is what they do. They hit shit, and they hit shit where you're supposed to be hit. They take you out. So yeah.
I was telling my niece, because she's 18 years old and she's a little rowdy one, and she's one that will test the police. So she was like, she was in Miami recently, and she had a little run-in with the cops. They was on curfew, and like he was demanding her to do something, and she was like giving him back talk, and like, I'm gonna do what I'm like, yo, so do you understand who they are? Yeah. Like, that little macho shit, that talking back shit, that means something in your house with your mother. That don't mean shit to police. Like, and the fact that we don't train our kids or whatever to how, like, it is in America. Maybe our black sons are more prepared for it, because you train your sons and you say, listen, do what they say at a stop. Like, don't do this, don't do that. But like, black girls is like, we not trained for this shit. And like, we can easily get sidetracked. I remember a few years ago, even myself, like I never got in trouble with the police. Like, when I was younger, never had no run-ins. Like, I had a little incident with getting pulled over for a speeding ticket, and I was wilding. And just telling my niece, like, yo, you need to, if they say something, say yes sir. Yeah. Walk the other way. They tell you to go that way, go that fucking way. Yeah. And this case, it seemed like the cop was probably there for like 6 to 10 seconds before that popped off. It was quick. So even for somebody to be like, oh, he didn't do these things, these tactics, these de-escalation tactics, it wasn't really no time. And I'm not justifying anything he did in any way, shape, or form. It's fuck the police. It's fuck white people, for real. Everybody know how I feel about them. But as black people, we have to carry ourselves a certain type of way. Yeah. Period. That's like, you don't, you're not, you, yes, I'm, yes, you. You have to carry yourself a certain type of way being black in this country. 100%. Especially with police. Like, come on. Like, seriously, you got to teach your fucking kids this. Yeah. Like,
it's just essential. Your kids got to understand that, and sadly, it is a power thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you're under once they pull you over or anything, it is a power thing. You know, you can run into a officer that's like scary and don't want no smoke in today's climate. He might let you go. You might run into an asshole. You never know. So you got to play it all the same way. You know what I'm saying? Yes, officer, no officer, like all that getting smart shit, all that extra shit. Because it puts you at such a disadvantage. I mean, my daughter, like, she was talking to us yesterday about a run-in that I had with the cops, and it was just like, my thing with the cops, was like, okay, I used to get into run-ins with the cops all the time when I was young. From 17 to 28, I probably been pulled over 30 times. Cops used to run up on my block, pat us down, fuck us up, take money from us and all that. Okay, so fast forward to about 3 years ago, I got into a situation with cops, and these are kids to me. They're 22, 25-year-old, like, y'all kids, and I'm not doing anything, so don't put your hands on me. I'm a grown-ass man. Like, I'm older than y'all niggas, and it just didn't work out well for me and shit. Like, they still didn't understand. It's like, well, you in this neighborhood, we following you, and you fit this description. I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. Like, I'm a grown-ass man. Don't run up on me, and I was playing that stance, and it got real for me to the point where it got rowdy, and it started drawing a crowd. So I'm like, all right, it's like 15 black people out here on my side, so whatever. To the point where the cop walked up to me. He came from his cop car, and he pulled out like 2 jars of like weed and shit. He was like, look, I'm gonna put this shit on you right now if you don't just be quiet and just let this shit in. And then he closed his hand. I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. Like, cause it's like, bro, it's a weed case. But the thing was, you trying to plant something on me to shut me up so y'all can just get out of here because y'all know y'all was in the wrong. And that's why I just can't fuck with cops, bro. Like, I even feel guilty for, and I'm not defending this cop, but I feel guilt because I feel like I'm supposed to be on the black girl side.
I mean, we standing with her for regardless.
We standing regardless, but it's hard because it was another black girl that she was trying to stab. So it's like, damn, like.
Well, that doesn't really. It doesn't really matter.
It do matter.
It doesn't really matter, like, because like at the end of the day, somebody who could have something could have happened, but something did happen. So like it doesn't really matter. But one thing I did, you mentioned your daughter talking to us about your running, right, with the cop. And one thing that I did notice, like with these kids, they get like excited about this shit. And it's not like in a good way either. It's like, damn, these kids don't really know what's happening. And yeah, you showed your kids they're not supposed to know what's happening, but I think maybe that's the cause that the kids get older and they still talk crazy to cops. Because like, and I don't even know I don't know what Nye was saying.
No, she just like, we was just talking about my demeanor, and she was like, no, I saw my dad turn up when the cops pulled him over. Yeah,
and so look, kids will get hype about that. Like, she wasn't, she was kind of hype. My niece was very hype. Like, I got into a situation this weekend while my voice is hoarse. My niece was very hype. The cops, she was very hype. My little cousin, 12 years old, called me very hype. Like, where you at? Very hype. These kids get very hype about this shit. And it's like, nah, you gotta like protect kids. Keep them over there. You know what I mean? I felt guilty as hell with what went down this weekend because my niece was there. I felt very guilty because my little cousin called me trying to pull up. Like, I'm like, yo, no, stay over there.
Yeah, y'all stay where y'all at.
You know what I mean? It's just like the kids, they not, and it's going on right in front of their face and they still just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, it's just a darker side that we don't see. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's a darker side that nobody but black men see. I would say that. I don't even think a black woman can fully understand the relationship between black men and police. Because, I mean, like this shit that I've seen, like from my before Trayvon Martin, Trayvon Martin, like before that, my man got killed by the cops. You know
yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
black women are getting killed by the cops, so you can't really say like it's a exclusive thing to men.
No,
black
but what
men.
I'm saying is like it's a lot less run-ins. Like y'all don't get, and I'm not saying that y'all don't get. Like, have you ever been handcuffed and like laid on the floor?
I'm not that type of person.
No, for no reason. I'm not that type of person, but I've been handcuffed and laid on the face down at least 5 times. And I'm not that type of person. I've been locked up for a murder. I'm not that type of person. I've had money taken. I've had my car ransacked, cut open. Like, I've had crazy shit happen by the cops just for being black. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different when it comes to women and men in our communities. It's dangerous for women too. But I think women have a little bit more leeway in our communities. Like, it's off with our heads. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right. All right. You good?
Yeah.
All right. So another thing I wanted to talk about was the foster care system. She was in foster care, and you spoke about her foster mother and her going like in front of camera in front of the camera like immediately, like the care that more often than not black children are in. A lot of times just for the check. A lot of times.
What they call that? Check baby? Ain't it called like a check baby or some shit like that?
I don't know what you're talking about. What's that?
I was talking to somebody and they said they call them check babies.
I don't know. Regardless, foster parents, it's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money at all. But you do get a check. And like these foster parents, they don't be working sometimes or whatever. You get a check per kid. Regardless, that mom and her not showing no type of like emotions, like damn, you see how many systems failed that girl?
Yeah.
So you remove this kid from her mother because she's in danger, because she needs protection, only to put her in a foster home for her to get killed. Hold on, scratch that before that. For the foster mother not to protect her, to actually put her in danger, to call other people over there. And then for her to ultimately get killed. The fucking foster system.
And if that is true, like you just said, like fucking her calling other people over to fight her foster kid is just like nuts. And like you said, people they adopt these kids for these checks, and it's just like, bro, like what are we doing? Like what are we well, really
adoption
doing?
Is before that. I mean, it's after that. You don't gotta.
So what you mean?
So foster care is different than adoption.
Okay, foster care.
If you getting adopted, you probably like the parent probably legit want the kid.
Oh, so that's foster care is just a temporary thing.
Foster care is temporary
placements.
Yes.
Oh, for a check. That's trash.
Yeah, so you could be a foster mom, foster dad, whatever.
Yeah.
There are something called vacation homes. Like you can, if the foster parent needs a vacation, like they go to a vacation home for like a weekend. But yeah, you got the mothers. More than likely, you got mothers trying to get shit together, like to get their kids back. And you just removing them for situations, and like the foster care system be fucked up. Kids be getting raped. Kids be getting abused verbally, mentally, physically. And like, I understand like sometimes authorities have to step in. I get that. But a lot of times it's like, you get a DIFUS case, what y'all call it, DHS. You get a DIFUS case for anything. Anything. Somebody literally, I can have a kid and they can literally call and say, I did something to my fucking kid. I never did nothing to my kid. They in my house now, I got a fucking DIFUS case. If I don't abide by everything they do, they take my kid. So I don't know what the situation was with this case. But yeah, the foster care system, they fucking failed that girl. And
fucked up. But I mean, from the looks of the videos, it seemed like the dad failed her too, man.
Yes.
I feel like
a lot of systems failed her.
And it's just speaking to black men in general. For any like, you should never want. I can understand. Not even in this time, like your son come home, he got bullied, you take him back outside, like, come on, let's fight. I don't even agree with that anymore. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
anymore. It's like
In my day, yeah, because that's it's nothing gonna pop off. Now it's like, okay, you fight, you beat somebody up, you gonna get smoked probably. You know what I'm saying? Starting at the age of 14 and up, it could get real with you. So for you, so it's like it's better to just like, son, all right, whatever, avoid the situation. I can't fathom my daughter coming home and me saying, "Oh, go fight that girl, go do this and go." In my eyes, females just not supposed to fight, bro. Like
even back then.
I always felt like that. I always felt like women just like, come on, bro. Like,
Well, what about as a mother? Do you think like
a mother should tell her daughter to fight?
like
no.
do you think like that's like that's a trash parenting?
I think all that shit is trash because I mean, you setting yourself up. Now your daughter gets stabbed. Women are not like. I just feel like women not supposed to be out here fighting. You know what I'm saying? If anything pop off, you tell somebody to come to the house and fight her dad, or you fight like, if the dad not around, it's just like, it's just sad situations, bro. I just don't feel like in any situation you send your daughter out to go fight somebody.
I agree that women, I say that all the time. I'm a lady. I don't fight. And I mean that. I mean, some shit pop off, I'm going to fight. I am or whatever. Like, you fuck with my family. Like, and if my family is going to do it. You know, like, but, like, if somebody, I'm not trying to fight at all. Like, I'm not going to start anything. I'm going to finish it. I say that shit all the time. I'll finish some shit. I'm never going to be out here starting shit. Yeah. But we was talking about that because some shit popped off back home, right? And Shells and we were talking about how great it is that back home, some shit can pop off. Nobody's gonna get killed still. Niggas could still shoot the ones. Nigga could still, like, get jumped. And, like, all right, like, somebody might come to your house after that. Yeah. But nobody's gonna kill you. Or whatever. And, like, today, I don't know. When I was younger, I definitely was made, I got an older sister who's, like, 14 years older than me. She definitely made me go outside and fight bitches. I'm not like she did. My mother never did that. My mother like shielded me from a lot of stuff. My sister, she's rowdy, so she made me do that. But honestly, back in the day when she was doing it, I didn't see anything wrong because the bitches was trying to bully me and I beat all their asses. So like it was kind of needed. Like as a kid, like you're not gonna be just doing this shit to my little sister. Erin, go out there and fucking fuck her up. And I did. So now, like, you know, like back in those times when that type of shit was going on, I like earned a respect or whatever. And then like I got older, nobody fucked with me. So I kind of feel like certain things was needed. Because like I could have been like my cousin and they could have bullied me my whole life. She got bullied her whole life. And I definitely do understand that. It's tricky. It's tricky. And I think my perception of it changed after I had a daughter. Because I just can't picture my daughter fighting or me seeing my daughter fighting. I'm going to kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, no, you better off just not fighting at all. I do understand getting a bully off your ass if you got to fight. All that stuff. In certain situations. Just not in this city. Yes. And I agree with, different. Like, anybody, look, if you hit somebody, anybody, like, understand like something may happen to you. Like even if I hit somebody's mother and they son hit me, I understand I bought that. Nigga or not, bitch or not, like I understand like I bought that. Like you just gotta be prepared with what comes with it. You got and sadly, with everything that comes with but with it, everything, you know, but at the end of the day, say if like I was in Jersey and something happened and something did get deadly, I would understand. That's my family. I was gonna ride out whatever for whatever. Like you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like you don't want it to turn to that, but if you riding with your family, it's whatever. It's kinda, it is what it is. Yeah. Just make sure the kids ain't around. You know what I'm saying? No children was harmed. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. Big. You know, prayers to Ma'Khia Bryant and her family. Everybody who lost their life last week. Everybody who lost. Well, just speaking generally on her, like just you know, prayers to her and her family. Is a super unfortunate situation where it's like you know, man, we just got to be better equipped to deal with those type of situations, and that just ended terribly. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her and her family. We, you know,
And everybody in the black community that just feel a way about this. I don't want to ruffle no feathers because I know people gonna look at this and be like, feathers. I know people gonna look at this and be like,
they some coon.
Fuck out of here, y'all cooning, y'all. It's fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fact. And maybe it's different because my environment when I was 15. What if a cop found the knife on us? We probably would have got our ass whooped. I'm talking about like you gonna get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? If a cop find a gun on you, if I put my hands up and be like, officer, I got a gun, and they say okay, then they take it off your hip. They're gonna take that gun off your hip and then they're gonna whoop your ass. I'm talking about you can be 15, they're gonna beat you like a grown ass man. You're gonna go to jail with black eyes and everything. Mm-hmm. And then in that report they're gonna say he pulled a gun on us. Mm-hmm. He pulled a gun out and he tried to shoot us and we disarmed him.
Yeah.
So it's just that type of situation.
I'm gonna give you 2 more examples. Mm-hmm. My mom, even my mom is about to be 58. She's a 58-year-old woman who has had such a traumatic life. I'll just say that. She's never called the police. Ever. And like just speaking with her about this shit, she's like, oh no, you don't ever do that. Yeah, you just don't. So like black people calling the police and then experiences continuing to happen and then us being shocked. I'm shocked by other black people being shocked. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, even the situation that happened in Jersey this past weekend, like the cops came and I was shocked that they didn't do anything. Like I'm shocked of the opposite, I guess. And it's like it's wrong. It's all wrong. But understand the climate, understand who we are, and understand who they are. And who we've always been, who they've always been. Man. And that's it. Like, the fuck?
No, that's all truth, man. That's all truth. I think we gonna it's just fucked up, man. Y'all be safe. Don't call the cops.
Don't call the cops.
That's your life. I mean, it's hard to say nothing to call the cops because if your life in danger, you call the cops.
Yeah, and then if you call the cops, they might kill you. I mean, yes, but in a situation like that, like nobody was in danger.
Yeah, my
at that point.
My whole thing with that situation is like, it seemed like everything was calmed down when the cops pulled up, and I can kind of justify it because I don't know her little sister. I know kids when they get scared. Oh shit, let me call the cops because this is crazy. My sister running around with a fucking knife and these girls is here. I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And then you got her dad there. You got grown-ups there that's just not de-escalating the situation. You know what I mean? You got a dad that probably feel like he's missing from her life. So yeah, I'm going to help my daughter fight. I can do this for you. This is what I can do for you. I can help you fight. And that's just a bad decision. Nigga, grab your daughter, take your daughter in the house, take your daughter away from that block. Get your daughter, remove your kid from danger. Like, point blank period, man. All right, we're going to wrap this one up.
I'm not saying don't ever call the cops, but
no. Yeah,
you just gotta assess the situation. We clearly have to assess the situation. It's not as simple as, oh, the cops are here to protect us. No, the cops are here to protect white people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You always gotta understand the severity.
Understand what comes with it.
Yeah.
Like it's not as simple as like, you know what I mean? Like even I'm gonna give you another example. Like even if I know some shit popping off, but some people in my family, they in the streets. Probably not gonna call the cops because I know if they come, something's gonna happen to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta assess the situation. I know sometimes it'd be life or death. I know sometimes it'd be so much going on, but I mean, we gotta learn. Yeah. We gotta learn.
Yeah, you definitely got it.
Because they're not gonna save us. It's not gonna change.
You gotta overthink situations. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a black man and you getting harassed by white people in the parking lot,
leave.
Don't call the cops on the white people because them cops gonna pull up.
They're gonna pull up and think you're harassing them.
You're the problem, and you might end up getting shot.
Yes,
that's just that's just how it.
Yes.
You know,
and don't just. I mean, I guess another way is like, don't be around people who's gonna bring that out of you, and that's like, I guess that part is like just knowing yourself and not just if somebody's gonna cause this type of reaction out of you, you probably like should not be around them.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. All right. Well, this is the We Differ podcast, and this is episode.
We differ.
And this is what episode is this?
26, Pop. 26.
Episode 26 of the We Differ podcast. Thanks for tapping in, and we will see y'all next week. We've been killing this shit like week after week after week after week after week after
It's
week.
like a routine.
We ain't stopping.
We
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
Because before it was almost like a chore to come in.
Well,
here
you
and
thought it
do.
was a chore. Like I used to have to really like all day. I'm like, yo, come on. Like when are we recording? When are we recording?
Yeah. All right. So, and the thing was, my biggest thing was like I got a setup of a computer and everything, and I had to disconnect the computer and bring it over here. So it was like a chore. I had to set everything up, and it was just frustrating. So I'll always push it back a little bit. But now we got a little setup. But the bigger point is like this is now it's become like this what we do. Mm-hmm. Like it's not like it's podcast day or it's something. It's like okay, this is just what we do now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's not even nothing to think about. If we didn't do the podcast for 1 week, it would just be like I don't know. It's muscle memory now. So it's like brushing your teeth. You wake up, you brush your teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd be a problem. It really, really would. It would just cause like it's crazy because like we'll miss the gym for a week, but we're gonna record the podcast. Even if like you go on vacation, like we know we gotta record the podcast before we leave.
Yeah, pre-record podcast. Yeah. So yeah, that you know. This to let y'all know what it is with the podcast. This shit ain't stopping. This shit ain't going nowhere. You're all right. We Differ podcast episode number 26, number 27 coming next week. We will see y'all next week. We love y'all. We thank y'all for tapping in, and we Differ podcast. We are out this motherfucker.
Peace. My hand is up.